Good afternoon, everybody. If you're watching this, you're looking for a little support with the 30, 60, 90 and the 45, 45, 90, specifically related to Get More Math. So let's get into it. Now, first and foremost, there is this sine, cosine, tangent kind of rhyme, SOHCAHTOA. We're not really going to be using that. Most of the time, that's going to give you approximate values. And in this particular case, what the problems are asking for inside of Get More Math is exact answers. So we need something else. So let me zoom in and show you how we do this. First thing that you need to identify in each triangle is what kind of triangle is it. If you see one of the angles is 30 and another one is 90, you know the other is 60. Here's the 30, here's the 60, here's the 90, here's the 45, here's the 90, here's the 45. So you might just simply go through and kind of mark them all off. And then once you have them all marked off, a couple things to remember. There are specific characteristics of a 30, a 60, and a 90, or a 45, 45, 90. And here are the specific things to keep in mind. In a 30, 60, 90, the smallest side we usually call x. The medium side we call whatever that side was times the square root of 3. So I'm going to call it x square roots of 3. And then the longest side, the hypotenuse, is double that, so 2x. So if you have an example of, just a quick example here. If this side over here is a 9, we know that this side is 9 square roots of 3, and we know this side is times 2, so we know it's 18. Okay, so an easy way you can kind of work through that. With the 45, 45, 90, we have some similar relationships there as well. We call this side x, then we would call this side x, and we would call this x square roots of 2, and that one's a little bit more straightforward. So once again, let's make a slightly better drawing here. I'm trying to hustle because a lot of you are going to come back to class here in a minute. If we did 45, 45, 90, and I called this side, let's go crazy here. Let's call this 14 square roots of 3, right? That's pretty messy. Well, I would call this one the same thing, 14 square roots of 3, because we see that these two sides on the 90 are the same thing. And then over here, we would multiply that by the square root of 2. So 14 square roots of 3 times the square root of 2, so 14 square roots of 6. So that would be how we would attack this problem. With that in mind and everything filled in, let's take a look. So don't think of these as x's so much and Get More Math, it'll mess you up. Think of them as sides you're trying to find, and then let's go from here. We know that this side you're trying to find is, well, it's x, but it's not like I guess we'll leave it as x. So if we know this is x, we know this side is x square roots of 3. So 19 is x square roots of 3, and you just need to solve for x. I'm going to do the square root of 3 on the bottom. I'm going to have 19 square roots of 3, but I need to rationalize the denominator, so I'm going to multiply by top and bottom. And I'm going to have 19 square roots of 3 over 3, and that would be my answer. All right, let's move on to the next one. These are all below the notes from Tuesday's class. I find myself looking at the smallest side, 20. So if this is 20, this is 20 square roots of 3, so done. All right, that's it. You just have to know those relationships. Next one down, the shortest side is 11, and the longest side is double that. So this side here is just 22, and that's it. There's your answer. This guy right here, we know that these two, this one and this one, should be the same. And we know that if we multiply it by the square root of 2, we get this one. Well, look at that. There's the square root of 2, so let's just reverse engineer this and call it 16. All right, you'll find that these are not that bad. This one is, so the 18 square roots of 2, so this is 18 square roots of 2, so this is 18 square roots of 2 times the square root of 2. So that's 18 square roots of 4, which is a 2. So we're going to go ahead and say 18 times 2 is 36. So correct answer there is 36. Those answers are exact. And then finally over here, this is another similar one, right? We know this side and this side are the same. And if we multiply them by the square root of 2, we get this answer. And oh, look, there's the square root of 2. So the correct answer is 4. So this should help you get through Get More Math related to the 30, 60, 90 special triangles.